Michelle here with the Traveling Epicurean. Today, I'm going to help you get organized for Thanksgiving. We're going to make pie crust in 5 minutes. You're going to pop it into your freezer, and then in 2 weeks, you're going to take it back out and you're going to bake a pie with me. But this way, you're making your pie crust ahead of time.
So this is what we're going to need to make our 5-minute pie crust. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a cup of cold water, a half a cup of Crisco that I put into pieces like this, and I put it into the freezer so it gets firm, 10 tablespoons of cubed butter, a tablespoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of sea salt.
Okay, for me this is so exciting because I'm helping you to get organized for your Thanksgiving dinner. I can't wait for you to make your own pie crust you're going to be so proud of. Now, who loves desserts? The French and the Southerners. And boy, do they both do such a great job. Well, we're going to take the middle of the road and we're going to use butter, that the French love so much, and lard, a Crisco, that the Southerners love so much. And we're going to take a combination of those and make the most amazing, flaky, buttery pie crust that you've ever had. So there's a couple of steps to follow when you're making this pie crust. It's very simple. Everything must be chilled as much as possible. And then the other thing we're going to do is it's being done in the food processor. I find that this has the least amount of manhandling as possible is doing the food processor, because the more you fuss with it, the tougher that dough is going to get. And that's why we keep it cold, because it's going to be creating these little pockets of steam, and that's what's going to make it flaky, along with the Crisco and the butter and that combination. Let's get the flour in here and start making our pie crust. All right, we have 3 cups of flour. That's 1, 2, 3, a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to put the top on and pulse this just to mix it up. And then we're going to add the butter and the Crisco. So I added all my Crisco pieces, which I was keeping in the freezer to keep firm because it's so soft. And then the cubed butter, which I just added in. And I keep that in the refrigerator because it's already hard. All right, we're going to pulse this about 7 times. Have the butter and the Crisco in there, and I've pulsed it about 7 times. I'm going to start running this as I add our half a cup of water. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's get this on the counter. I'm going to put down a little flour. All right, so this is coming along so nice. You saw how quickly that went. Just a couple of minutes of pulsing. I'm going to put down a little bit of flour. When you first run the dough, when you're pouring in the water, you want to keep it running till you first see it come together. This looks absolutely gorgeous. And then you stop it and pulse it just a couple more times until it really forms a ball. This looks really pretty. I'm going to cut this into 2, and then I'm going to wrap each piece, because each piece is going to be a layer of pie crust. This will be the bottom layer, and this will be the top layer. So we're going to wrap this. I'm going to put it into a disc form. And then you can put this into your refrigerator if you're going to use it within the next 2 days, or you can put it into your freezer until you're ready to use it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be putting it into the freezer. Okay guys, we did it. We made our pie crust. we're ahead of the game. We're putting these in the freezer. I could see specks of butter and Crisco in there. It's gonna make amazing flaky pie crust. So nice, and I hope I helped to get you organized for Thanksgiving, which is a lot of work. Come back in a couple weeks and we're gonna roll out this dough and bake that pie. Have a great weekend. You can find this recipe, at thetravelingepicurean.com. Have a really great weekend. Ciao.